Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Well, 2 days before Americans go to the polls to pick their next president, this unusual race takes another head-spinning turn. The FBI director announcing today an investigation into emails involving Hillary Clinton is wrapped up. He says Hillary Clinton is off the hook. ABC's Mary Bruce reports.
From October surprise to election eve reprieve, FBI Director James Comey cleared Hillary Clinton again of criminal acts involving her emails. Now he's telling congressional leaders, based on our review, we have not changed our conclusions that we expressed in July, when the director called Clinton's handling of sensitive emails extremely careless, but said,
"No charges are appropriate in this case."
Donald Trump reacted in frustration.
Now it's up to the American people to deliver justice at the ballot box on November 8th.
Clinton had no public comment. She was at another star-studded campaign stop, this time with LeBron James.
I was around a community that was like, our vote doesn't matter, but it really does. It really, really does.
Campaigning at a black church in Philadelphia, Clinton sounded a note of finality.
Everything you care about, everything I care about and I've worked for is at stake.
And there was more good news for her campaign. A new ABC News national tracking poll now has her with a 5-point lead over Donald Trump. Both candidates are on barnstorming binges with just one full day left before facing voters.
First thing you should do is get rid of Clinton.
This is one of these elections that really is a crossroads election in our country.
Their long and winding road coming to an end on Tuesday. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Early voting may be over in Sarasota and Manatee counties, but local churches are spending the days in between pushing their congregations to get to the polls. Polls on Tuesday. ABC's Kate Flexter has the story.
Here at Light of the World Church, the pastor had a really interesting message this morning. It was a call to action. On Sunday, the sermon had a clear message: get out and vote. For churchgoer Vicki Oldham, it's important.
It started out the sermon definitely pointing out the importance of voting no matter who wins.
Pastor Kelvin Lumpkin delivered the sermon and says it's crucial for churches to be involved in the process.
Well, the African American church still holds a special place in the community. Pastors still have a large influence, and I don't think I should use my influence to tell people how to vote. But I do think I should use my influence to tell people that you ought to vote.
Right now, black voters only account for about 15% of early votes, as opposed to 2012 when they made up about 25% of those votes. That's according to a University of Florida political analyst. Pastor Lumpkin says he's seen some of that apathy firsthand.
But I'm mostly concerned about those who just feel like their vote doesn't count and just kind of sit on the sidelines and let it play out. And I think that's a dangerous mentality.
Sarasota's NAACP President Trevor Harvey says African American churches across the country have a history of influencing voter turnout.
It's churches' ways to be able to be a part of the process, not telling you who to go and vote down the ticket for, but we're going to encourage our parishioners, hey, let's go vote.
Harvey says it's particularly important for the African American community to exercise that right.
It's really not who you go out and vote for, it's just that you do go out and vote, because our forefathers, many died, blood, sweat, and tears for us to have the right to vote.
For Oldham, that's what drives her to the polls each year.
That's what pushes me to not only vote for myself, but get all of my family members to the poll, every last one of them who are of age.
Pastor Lumpkin did say, though, that many are waiting until Election Day to cast their vote. In Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Kate, thank you very much. Switching gears now, new developments in the kidnapping of a South Carolina woman. The remains of a second body have now been discovered on the property where she was found. Police believe her captor, Todd Kohlhepp, could be responsible for 7 murders. Kohlhepp is in the spotlight after investigators found Kayla Brown alive but chained up in a storage container on his property. Investigators say Kohlhepp is now not only showing them where he buried other bodies, but also admitting to several other killings.
didn't even think for a minute that this had anything to do with that. I believe that there's evil in the world, and I hope to God that he does get what's coming to him.
Kohlhepp allegedly confessed to a cold case mass murder in which 4 people were gunned down in a motorsports shop back in 2003. The Spartanburg County Sheriff says the FBI and Homeland Security are also involved in the investigation. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of an 18-year-old woman in Bradenton. Deputies say they responded to a possible shooting on the 3300 block of 4th Street East. A potential witness had driven the victim, Mariah Good, to Manatee Memorial Hospital. Good was pronounced dead at the hospital. Detectives do not believe this was a random incident. Anyone with information should contact the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. And now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our local weather today. Wendy.
Well, we are starting to see some cooler temperatures right now. It's 73 degrees for us. Our dew point humidity levels are moderate at this hour, and winds have really died down. They're coming in out of the east-northeast at around 7 miles per hour. We have partly cloudy skies out there right now. For the overnight time period, we are looking at our temperatures dropping down into the upper 60s before they start to rise, and they're going to start to rise very early. It's going to be another warm day on tap for tomorrow. As you can see on radar right now, we're starting to see a couple of clouds spilling on in across our viewing area. So we are looking at partly cloudy skies, and we've had the rain coming in from the east coast trying to make its way over to the west coast, not being successful. We are not looking at any showers at this hour. So it's another gorgeous night tonight, and we'll let you know what tomorrow brings. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Adam.
All right, thank you, Wendy. A Tampa area man and his 2 children are now dead after their car flipped over on I-75. Florida Highway Patrol reports the car was driving on an overpass and burst into flames after it flipped. The mother of the 2 children survived the crash this morning. She's recovering from serious injuries. The 2 parents were not wearing seatbelts and were ejected from the car. The children were still in the car when it caught fire. Investigators are trying to determine if alcohol was involved in this crash. Venice city officials say about 800 gallons of sewage was spilled at a reclamation facility because of a failed valve. It happened at the East Side Water Reclamation Facility on Laurel Road on Saturday. Officials say an air release valve saddle failed at the wastewater plant, and it allowed sewage to flow from the force main once the lift station pumps started running. This comes after reports of a similar spill on Saturday in Nokomis. Well, technology continues to change throughout the U.S. and the rest of the world, and one young innovator on the Sun Coast says more kids her age need to change with it. 12-year-old Isabella Bank is creating an energy app called Earthwise. She says it started out as a small idea that's now becoming a reality. Bank may be young, but her vision for the next 20 years of innovation is clear. She says the need for programmers and developers will continue to grow with technology, along with different problems that will need solving.
There's always going to be problems to be fixed, and so I think programmers will always have a place in our world, and in 20 years, I guess they'll become the people who are the underlying base of our community.
And technology has changed quite a bit in only Isabella's short lifetime. The first generation iPhone was announced almost 10 years ago. Still to come on ABC 7, making cleaning a competition. Several local organizations go into deep water to keep the Sun Coast's best attraction free of litter.
The time has finally come.
This is by far the most important vote that you've ever cast.
Are you ready to go to the polls?
Who will be your next president? Election night. This is where the Sun Coast turns for answers. The powerhouse team of ABC News and Scott Dennis, Haley Wilgus, Alan Cohn. Election night, live on ABC 7. Brought to you locally by Florida Leather Gallery and Motter Brothers Furniture.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
My
My name's Emma. I am 15. I was bullied all through middle school. That's when I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and an eating disorder.
It's like I'm stuck. It's like impossible to move. And I just feel like people just will think I'm making it up.
You need to tell someone because people do care and you're not alone. I don't think depression makes me a bad person. I think it makes me stronger.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
A big day for foodies on the Sun Coast. The SRQ Food Truck Alliance hosting a food truck rodeo in Lakewood Ranch today. The event at Lakewood Ranch Baptist Church doesn't just have food, there's also games and music. Event organizers say about 4,500 people came out today. The event is being held to raise awareness about Sarasota County's food truck laws.
This is fun. You don't see these trucks running around Sarasota, and they're absolutely gorgeous trucks that serve amazing food. And we're just trying to put it out to the public saying, hey, we're here.
Sarasota County Commission is scheduled to meet on Tuesday morning to consider a proposal to relax some of those restrictions on food trucks. An annual fall tradition has returned to South Sarasota County. The Venice Art Festival taking over Venice Avenue this weekend. The event features art in all mediums, paintings, sculptures, and photography. It gives shoppers the opportunity to pick up some unique and thoughtful presents before the holiday madness begins.
Oh, it's really nice. They do a good job down here, and there's a lot of different things, and it's really been pretty.
We were biking, and there's always something interesting and fun to do in Venice. And this is a great day for an art fair.
Now the art festival is over, but the Downtown Venice Craft Festival will return the last weekend in January. Local scuba divers and fishermen are making a game out of cleaning up the coast. It's a competition to pick up the largest amount of trash in our local waters. The event is hosted by the Suncoast Aqua Ventures in connection with the Coastal Conservation Association in Florida. The target areas stretch from the Skyway Bridge to the shorelines, including Manatee and Braden Rivers, Sneed Island, and Bishop's Harbor.
Several of us divers noticed how much debris was underwater on the reefs, how much stuff had been thrown down there. Started about 3 months ago as an idea, and it took hold, and all of a sudden we have a committee of 12 people, and we put in on the Suncoast Reef and Beach cleanup.
Over the course of the weekend, the divers have collected more than 1,000 pounds of trash from local waters. And while those winners may be happy, it's kind of nerve-wracking that they're picking up that much trash in the waters.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And you know, the Gulf water temperature right now is 75 degrees, which is a far cry from the usual 86 during the summer months, which is the kind of temperature I enjoy.
Yes, we were just having that discussion.
You don't like that.
I like the water to be a little more refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering for some of those divers what it was like. I'm sure in a wetsuit, that's not
75
too bad.
Isn't bad.
Yeah.
75 is doable. Nobody's going to freeze at 75.
Neither are you, Wendy. You're not going to freeze at 75.
No, I just don't like any body shock. That's why 86 is just great. But we are looking at a couple of showers coming on in from the East Coast, dying down as they make their way across land, and they're not making it over to the West Coast. We've had a couple of clouds that that have moved on in from the Gulf of Mexico, and we're looking at partly cloudy to mostly fair skies right now. It's really a beautiful night. The temperatures are in the 70s right now. It's really quite gorgeous out, and you can see these showers are just not holding together. They fall apart as soon as they get into the central part of the state. We've got that dry air sitting on top of us from the cold front that moved through yesterday, and so that's also provided the windy conditions we've seen throughout the day today, with those winds coming in out of the east-northeast, gusting up to about 20 miles per hour at times. So what we saw throughout the day today were our temperatures warming into the 80s, and normally for this time of the year we should be about 81 for the daytime high, but today we got up to a high of 87 degrees, so well above normal, and 81 is normal for us. Yesterday we were also 87 degrees. Probably we'll see the same thing tomorrow. We're expecting to see our temperatures 85 to 87 across the region. Presently at 73, our dew point at 63 degrees, 71% humidity. Winds coming in out of the east-northeast at around 7 miles per hour right now. And it doesn't matter where you go around the state, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the 60s and 70s. Coolest weather to our north, Jacksonville, Gainesville reporting temperatures in the 60s, Panama City as well, and even down to the south in Fort Myers, 66 degrees, and also in Naples, it's 68 degrees. Across our viewing area, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s, but once you move east of I-75, we start to see slightly cooler conditions taking place, and everyone's reporting fair skies at this hour. The reason for it is high pressure. It's sitting on top of us, and it's affecting all of the eastern seaboard, and it's this high pressure system that helped to bring in all of these winds out of the east-northeast throughout the day today, and we'll see them again one more time for Monday. So we're expecting to see pretty much the same kind of weather that we experienced today, and that was pretty great weather. So we're looking at windy conditions again on Monday. We've got dry air sitting on top of us, so no rain is in the forecast, and it will be cold coming in on Friday. Cold. That's a really relative term. We're going to see a cold front coming through on Friday. On Wednesday, there's the possibility of a low-pressure system developing out in the Gulf, and that could bring us our best chance for rain throughout the week's period. As you can see, we're not expecting to see the rain showers developing on the west coast. That's not going to be happening. It's going to be another dry day, and this is what it looks like over the 7-day outlook. We are going to be seeing a temperature reading of about 85 degrees tomorrow, breezy conditions. Wednesday, our best chance of rain with a 20% chance. Adam?
Stick around. Sports is coming up next.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community. On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Southeastern Guide Dogs helps us train our puppy Wrigley, plus help for thyroid issues. Suncoast Food and Wine Fest and Spice and Tea Exchange.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Now, sports.
The Buccaneers resting this weekend after a Thursday night game, while the Miami Dolphins come back from their bye week in a seesaw game with division rival New York Jets this afternoon. Dolphins running back Jay Ajayi with a chance to make NFL history today if he can rush for 200 yards for the third straight time. He comes up short, but still a great day, 111 rushing yards and a touchdown for Ajayi. But the real hero of the day was another running back, rookie Kenyon Drake, who sealed the victory in the fourth quarter with a 96-yard kickoff return touchdown. The Dolphins are now back at 500 with a 4-4 record and sit at second place in the AFC East. Jacksonville Jaguars lose a close one in Kansas City today, but the story of the game was Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce earning a personal foul for imitating the refs. After complaining the refs missed a pass interference call, Kelce threw his towel at an official like a penalty flag and was ejected immediately. The NFL has made it a point to crack down on unsportsmanlike conduct. They are already on pace to set a record for unsportsmanlike penalty flags this season. Broncos linebacker Brandon Marshall has officially ended his protest of the national anthem. The linebacker standing during the anthem before tonight's game against the Raiders for the first time this season. On Instagram before the game, Marshall explained he is ending the protest after discussions with the Denver police about use of force policies. He added he still believes there is more work to be done despite his personal decision. The SEC leader in passing yards and passing touchdowns is now done for the season. Ole Miss announcing today their quarterback Chad Kelly has been diagnosed with a torn ACL and will miss the remainder of the year. The senior left the Rebels' win against Georgia Southern Saturday with the injury. He's thrown for an SEC best 2,758 yards so far this season, along with 19 touchdowns. Ole Miss has struggled this year with only 4 wins through 9 games. And good news for the future of Tampa Bay Rays baseball. Brent Honeywell, the organization's #2 prospect, was lights out in Saturday's Arizona Fall League All-Star game. Honeywell got the start for the West team, striking out 5 of 6 batters he faced. Honeywell was a second-round pick for the Rays back in 2014. Here he is throwing for the championship game for the Charlotte Stone Crabs back in 2015. He finished last season with a 2.28 ERA in 5 starts with Double-A Montgomery. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
I had cancer. I beat cancer. I kicked cancer.
Speed, power, and excitement come to ABC 7 Sunday, November 20th with live coverage of the Inglewood Beach Water Fest. See the World Championship for the Offshore Powerboat Association with boats running at speeds up to 180 miles per hour. Join Bob Harrigan for complete coverage from noon to 3 on Sunday, November 20th. Or watch on the ABC 7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Go to mysuncoast.com for more info. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Presented by ABC 7 and WENG Radio.
The Mayor's Feed the Hungry program is designed to help area families who are struggling with hunger. Please help this holiday season and donate by visiting mayorsfeedthehungry.org. Thank you, and holiday blessings to you and yours.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
The celebration is heating up, and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out this stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Well, it's been a long, divisive campaign, but there were also plenty of funny moments. And as it winds down, we could all use a few laughs. Jeannie Mose highlights some of the funniest moments so far.
From the moment Donald Trump took an escalator to announce his candidacy, campaign 2016 has escalated into laughs. From awkward air kissing to sniffing to coughing.
Every time I think about Trump, I get allergic.
The Donald's not allergic to kids. He actually signed one, but threatened to reassign a crying baby.
Don't worry about that baby. I love babies.
A minute later.
Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.
And then there was Mini Trump.
Do you want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
A crowd-pleasing answer till you realize Mini Trump parrots the last word he hears.
What's your name?
Name.
And then there was the childlike delight in balloons. Hill and Bill batted and kicked them.
It seemed like he'd seen balloons for the first time in his life. I mean, look at how delighted he is.
The Donald seemed delighted with his own pronunciation.
Nevada. Nobody says it the other way. It has to be Nevada.
Actually, Donald, wrong. This is right.
Nevada.
At one rally,
hey, get this thing out of here, will you?
Trump attacked his teleprompter. He publicly humiliated,
like this stupid mic,
his microphone.
Stupid mic keeps popping.
Remember when Hillary barked into her mic? And then this happened at a Trump rally.
This is something you shouldn't do. What was that? Is that a dog? It's Hillary.
When it comes to the insect vote, the Donald attracts mosquitoes.
Ooh, there was a mosquito. I don't want mosquitoes around me.
And Hillary appeals to flies.
Any way he chooses.
If only time would fly so we can get relief from the constant buzzing of the candidates.
I don't like mosquitoes.
Jeannie Mose, New York.
And finally tonight, Sarasota police officers have some serious backup. Officer Morrison and Officer Fergus with the Sarasota PD responded to a dispute at Roberts Arena recently, and they had quite the team of elephants backing them up, ready to go behind them if necessary. Look at that. They're taking up the whole frame.
Isn't that something?
Man,
I know.
man.
Well, I guess you can turn your back on an elephant. That's okay
Apparently
to do.
you can.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
So, Wendy, the next time we sit together at this desk, we will have a new president.
Isn't that amazing?
Imagine
oh,
that.
my goodness. It's finally going to be over.
It's just going to be over.
I think that's what everybody wants. It just wants to be over.
I think you're right. All right. We'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for joining us.